Hey guys, welcome, and today we have a very special interaction with HP. I have with me Vineet, who's joining us, and he's not only going to tell us about the new 2025 lineup of laptops that HP has announced, but also get a little bit of a deep dive into AI as well as other HP devices that you will get to check out in store soon. So Vineet, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for being here, Samir.
Yes, and we know the big CES announcements have already happened, and when people are watching this, they have your 2025 portfolio has been announced. So can you quickly run through what you've announced for this year, for the consumers?
Yes, of course. So we're very excited to bring our new range of the next generation AI PCs, as we call them. And why next generation? Because now we know that AI has been the talk for a while, and AI on PCs is something that we actually got to market a few quarters back. What we've had so far are what we call as AI enhanced PCs, which are machines that run on, of course, on neural processing units, but between 10 to 15 tops. What we are now coming out to market is the next generation, wherein we have products on the commercial as well as the consumer line of portfolio that we carry to market, which are now further enriched with 40 tops plus NPUs on the machines, and which really takes the computing and the AI computing on device to the next level, and that's what we are very excited about. And we are coming to market with the new range of EliteBook commercial next generation AI PCs and the OmniBook on the consumer side, and we see you're going to see our customers are going to see a much more enhanced portfolio of products that we will serve them with.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's actually a great time to be in this space, because it reminds me of a few decades ago when we would talk to consumers and they wouldn't know what is a gigahertz or what is an i3, i5 to look for the sticker, and now we're all talking tops, right? So, if there is an average consumer at home, it could be a student, it could be a working professional, it could be a designer, and they're looking for an AI PC to, do some great things. You see what Adobe has done, where you can, shift a creative aspect using AI. Audacity, you can make music from scratch. So when someone comes to buy a laptop, how do you translate that tops into a real world use case? We're going back to the days of what gigahertz means for a user.
Yeah. So I think for the user, I think we try and firstly make it as simple to use, intuitive, and enhance the user experiences. So all of what we talk about, the gigahertz and the NPUs and all that, is what goes behind and what goes into the devices when we carry it to market. But really what we start with is how can we improve the lives of our customers? How do we make it simpler yet richer for them to actually use our products? How do we really enrich their lives by making it easier for them to work on our devices? How can we enhance the collaboration levels? How do we make it more productive for them? And how do we at the same time make it more secure to them? And why security is such a big concern and such a big thing which is very close to our heart, because now when a lot of the computing today that happens with AI on the cloud now will happen with the help of the devices that we're carrying to market on device, so on the edge, as we actually call it. And hence it basically improves and enhances the security levels to the next level, because the data doesn't have to actually travel up and down. It resides on the device, on the computers, and there is lesser, they're lesser prone to attacks, the malware attacks, the ransomware attacks, the phishing attacks, and it just makes it faster because there is lesser lag actually on that. So when we look at really as to how these products are going to serve the customers and the consumers and the creators and the gamers better, it's better collaboration, more productivity, easier to use, faster, more private, more secure, and a host of other features that we actually will serve.
I mean, one of the great ones from last year, which I'm sure will carry forward, our users would have seen it in our past videos, Poly Studio, right? It's, I think, a great thing where we put a speaker and we played some music relatively loud to make like a noisy home environment, and we recorded our voice using Poly, and the background noise was completely eliminated. So I will miss all the internet memes of, spouses screaming at their spouses for working from home, which will not probably get caught, but that's just a simple real world
But that's a great example that you actually bring up, because one is in terms of what's happening on technology as a whole, and we obviously work very closely with all our partners, Intel, AMD, Qualcomm on the silicon side, Microsoft for sure on the software side, and we all know about the Copilot and Copilot Plus features. But what's unique and what we are proud of bringing to our consumers and our enterprise customers and the business customers that we actually serve are features like this. For example, we have the AI companion, which is inbuilt into all of these new products that we are actually carrying to market. Now, what does an AI companion do? It's as the term itself says, it's the AI tool available, personalized on the edge, on the device. So even when you're not connected to the cloud, or even connected on the internet, and you're not online, the AI features are still available to you for all the insights, for all the data inferencing, for all the tips that the AI companion provides to the user. If you're on a flight and you're not connected, you still have that capability and that power on the device to help you on that. So that's you already, and like you said, the Poly Camera Pro features just make it so much simpler, intuitive. There are auto framing features, there are noise cancellation features, there is background blurring and noise blurring features. So you could be actually sitting in a noisy airport cafe, but still the person you're interacting on the other side is not going to hear any sound on that. So that's something that we do that. And then I was talking about security, for example. So our Wolf Pro security actually also now takes the next level with that. So we now what we already have the HP Wolf Pro security. Now that also takes on the next level with these new devices that we're bringing to market. Actually, even being more proactive and almost predicting attacks that can happen, so that the users and the customers feel more secure using all these devices with all the enhanced features.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, considering how people will go and want to touch and feel this offline, it's just going to reinforce it when you go into a store or in one of the HP stores and just switch off the internet and then try the features that are available. That's just very reinforcing that yes, it's happening locally, like the examples that we've just discussed. But moving to the chip makers, like you said, be it Intel, AMD, Qualcomm, and even Microsoft. I'm sure HP has been at the forefront of giving them feedback on their chips, the prototyping, how thin devices are today can only be this great collaboration, right? So can you shed light on how you work with them? And this is one of those great years where all the chip makers are bringing their A game. We're seeing some fantastic power and battery efficiency. Sure. So can you just shed light on your partnerships with the chip makers?
Great point you bring up again. What we try and do is that we try to embed all the latest technology on our products, and a lot of it actually happens with the customer insights and understanding what are going to be the next level of the expectations and the requirements from our customers. And when I say customers, they cut across what the office users. For example, at HP, we have what we call the future of work strategy, the better together strategy. Now, what does it mean simply? It means how does an office user and how does an enterprise user want to enhance, get more out of their machines at the same time with higher privacy and security, as an example. What do our creators and bloggers on the consumer side of the portfolio that we carry for them want as next level coming from their machines in terms of making it easier, like all of the editings and the paintings and the creation that they actually do on the devices? How do we actually help them do it better, faster, and with lesser heat dissipation, and also enhancing the battery lives on their machines? What do our gamers want as intuitive tips to enhance their gaming skills and to take it to the next A and the A plus levels actually that they have? So a lot of insight like that goes behind what we do on the machines, and what we work very closely with the silicon and software partners, and that's how the entire ecosystem comes together. For example, battery life, as you also mentioned, is so important today because we all work in hybrid work environments, right? So and you're not powered on all the time. So gone are the days when people are only happy with 3 or 4 hours battery life. They want their machines to run the entire day, and with sometimes the extended work hours, not only at in office, But in home or even when you're on the move, that's like a big requirement. So all of these machines with all of the other features that I said also come with enhanced battery life, and that's what we actually carry to market.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely hit the nail on the head, because a lot of times you will see features and then you will know that probably this was a communication between an HP and Intel. Like something as simple as just look away and your screen dims, it helps with battery life, or it locks when you walk away.
Yes.
Enhanced securities for, at least professionals on the go, that you left your laptop at a coffee table and went to pick up your order, it just locks immediately, because businessmen do have sensitive information on their computer. So it's just so great, the world we live in, that my kids can't just come and start working on it.
And and by the way, I just want to add to what you said. We've got an HP Smart Sense feature.
Yeah.
We've got a HP Sure View feature on especially on our enterprise products, because these are such important things. I mean, you want privacy, and then the machine locks when you are not in front of it. The machine recognizes only when you want to use it, or when the user is there. And the Smart Sense technology also optimizes battery life by the function that's happening on the machine at that point in time.
Yeah.
So when an NPU is actually overclocking for a high data inferencing application, the other features on the GPU, if the machine has that, there is an optimization happening intuitively by the AI feature on the device, so that you get the best of multitasking while still optimizing your battery life, so that everything is not running. So it's optimized by what the user is doing at that point in time. So features like this also coming on with the new range of products that we have.
Yeah. Now, buying products in India has changed considerably, right? We first only had offline, then we had Amazon and Flipkart take over. Now we have quick commerce coming in.
Yes.
And the one thing that I have a lot of is chargers, because I will fly to Bombay for a day-long meeting and I land and my phone is at 20% and I panic and I, blink it a charger, so to speak. From the laptop space, right? How do you see quick commerce evolving? Are you seeing something similar where people forget their laptop charger on a trip and probably partnering for that? Or can we buy a full HP laptop soon on a quick commerce platform?
Bang on. Yeah. So at HP, and I think that's where we are very, very proud of the diverse channel and carry to market pillars that we have in terms of the go to market strategy that we have, right? So when it comes to and you know this, that we've got our own franchised exclusive stores, chain of stores that we call HP Worlds, and then we work very, very closely with the large format retailers. We work with all the e-tail partners, and then we've got a big sub distribution network. That's on the consumer side, and on the commercial side, we've got the widest and the most robust and the strongest channel network when it comes to commercial resellers and the value resellers, as we call them, in the market. And we've got an Amplify program, which is an umbrella program which actually brings all of this and the industry best incentivization and program boosters for all our channel partners. Yes, the latest entrants to the market are the quick commerce players that you're talking about, and what we see. So again, we were very sure to be early partners with them. What we already see them really serving the market well are these quick requirement products, peripherals, supplies on the printer side, because again, similar need to what you just said, when you're out of it, you need it right then and not tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So you need it in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and that's where quick commerce really serves that need very well. And similarly, chargers, all the peripheral products. You need a mouse that stops working, you need one replacement immediately. So there we definitely see that rising, and we are working very, very closely with them. We have also launched some of the consumer laptops on Blinkit and Swiggy and Instamart, and we see some early interest on that. But again, we are very sure that that's going to be the next pillar for growth when we go to market, and we are working very closely with them as well.
So, I mean, my last question for retail would be, when I talk to a few people, the slightly more educated customer who has experienced quite a few laptops is still very okay buying a mid to higher end laptop on an Amazon or a Flipkart. Then you have the audience that wants to go offline, touch and feel, check out the options, and then probably pick it out, and that's there. The mentality of shopping really is very drastic when you compare tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities, right? And like you rightly said, HP World is one of the largest exclusive HP retail chain pan India, plus you have LFR partnerships as well. So how have you seen the online versus offline consumer buying behavior evolve over the past few years, especially since, online has now picked up considerably?
Yeah. So I think the simple answer is we have seen people getting more comfortable buying online. We see people getting more comfortable in their digital journeys leading up to purchase. So one is about buying online. The second is about how they, even when they land up to buy offline from either the exclusive or the multi-brand stores, we see that the journey in many cases, in more than half of the cases, actually begins digitally. At either one of the e-commerce websites or generally digitally when they're searching around. So
or they're reading reviews on our website.
Yeah, of course, like 91, of course. So it's a very, very real motion that we've seen, especially over the last couple of years. What we are also making sure hence is that we be as consistent in the user experience, and that's what we call our omni-channel strategy, wherein the customers get to see what they see online when they start their journey, for example, and what they will see back at the stores when they finally land up over there, and hopefully only better in terms of imagery, in terms of the offers, in terms of the affordability enhancers, and so that it can be as consistent an experience for them as possible. So that's what we really work on.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about that I may not have asked in these questions?
Yeah, one thing I want to also, we've been working very closely in terms of this new wave of AI PCs, and from what HP carries to market, doesn't only become better, but also becomes more affordable for all our customers. And then again, that's a comment that cuts across all the enterprise, business, and the consumer. So the next generation AI PCs, which started off from typically about a 1 lakh plus price points, are now going to be available starting at as low as 70,000. And of course, we have the full range going up to the 1.5 lakhs and even the plus range on that. So that's where we really think that the AI PCs now, which are about a single digit contribution to the overall market, will rapidly evolve to about 50% plus in the next 2 to 3 years. And that's where we will continue to lead the market in that adoption. You know that we have a 30% market share, and that's only again grown over the years, and that's thanks to all of the product portfolios, and thanks to all the channel partners, and to all our end customers and consumers who really patronize us. We only want to keep doing better on that and make it better, faster, and even more affordable than we have in the past.
Absolutely, that's great. My last couple of questions are just some fun questions. The first one is actually pretty close to my heart because I'm not sure if you've heard, Walkmans are making a comeback. A lot of brands are now kind of making.
Takes me back to my retro years.
Exactly, yeah. And my dad had this really big collection of Michael Jackson and Pink Floyd and the Beatles, which was just lying there, and he always wanted to get rid of it. And I said, no, maybe one day. And now Walkmans are making a comeback. So, what's your favorite piece of retro tech that you wished made a comeback?
When I was a kid, gaming for us used to be, if you know what I'm talking about, those handheld video games as they were called at that time. Yeah. Single screen, double screen, Donkey Kong, 1, 2, 3, and all that stuff. And that's how I grew up playing a lot on that. And
the Game Boy clones in India that you got.
And I and my younger brother, we could spend hours playing it, and also doing a lot of banter and fighting in the process, incidentally. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing which is a fond memory from my childhood and my sort of growing up years. So, and now look where we've come with all the gaming devices that we carry to market, and what it's really sort of exponentially progressed from that on. So yeah, but that's one of my early memories of my life.
So my next is, if Vineet from 2005 saw the 2025 HP portfolio of laptops, how would you react?
Well, like I said, yeah, I mean, right from those, handheld, simple, mono screen games that we used to play to now, the whatnots we have in terms of screen sizes. By the way, I mean, I don't know if I talked about that. We just recently, as part of the new launches, are also going to market with Omen Max 16.
Yeah.
Which is really the top end of cutting across all the processors, the framing, the speeds, the refresh rates. It's just the gaming experience that we actually offer to the customers, and a lot of AI going on that. So the answer to your question is, feel very proud and very fascinated actually while even carrying and helping create and then carrying these products to the market.
Yeah, no, I mean, you mentioned the Omen Max, and I did get a chance to check out a few of the features of the laptop. And my favorite thing is, as someone who has a gaming laptop and has to keep cleaning it because we live in India, there's dust and all that keeps accumulating. You have a nice feature where the fans reverse spin to push out from the base whatever is accumulated. I think that's just brilliant innovation. I'm sure someone was there in a country like India where they're like, no, there's dust, we have to put this. So really cool stuff.
I'm so glad you caught that. And
because it's something I have a quarterly calendar, must clean the gadgets so that they last. Like it's just something that I love my toys, so I maintain them.
Even that technology instantly has really evolved from a single fan to multi fans and the heat dissipation around it, and now to actually self cleaning.
And the fact that for an enthusiast it's easier. You open the back and replace the thermal paste because you know what you're doing. But the new custom liquid metal in the Max 16 is I'm really excited to see it when we get our hands on it. And speaking of such futuristic technologies, my last question is your favorite science fiction gadget you wish was real. I'm sure it probably could already be real, but still.
No, I'm not sure. There should be something to always keep looking after, right? I mean, again, my science fiction. So if you know Star Trek,
yes,
I used to again growing up years.
Beam
that
me up,
used
Scotty.
to be the science fiction series that you would look up to and watch actually and all that.
Yes.
So there used to be time travel and transponding yourself, at the same instant from one place to another.
Yeah.
So you don't know what the future lies ahead. So I mean,
absolutely,
yes.
Yeah. That's absolutely.
But till we get there, of course, I mean, what's happening right now is time travel in a way because from what it was. And by the way, this is not even 20 years. Every 2 years, the requirements, the technology, what the customers want, and all. It really is so fascinating, so dynamic. So it's great and exciting times to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me here for this conversation today. And for the rest of you, as always, you can subscribe to the channel. We will catch you in another video. It's goodbye for now.